So do you think you're supposed to find your soulmate in college?
Well, I hope not, because if that's true, then I'm screwed.
We tend to overthink every single situation we're involved in.
Essentials in a relationship are definitely trust, communication.
Try to not be so sensitive all the time.
Jealousy overrules so much of people's lives.
Gotta love them, obviously.
You can't talk to the other person, then I don't understand the point of the relationship.
Love is trust and respect.
It's totally supportive equally between the two people involved.
Right.
You can have a soulmate, like your best friend, that's like no matter where they are or how long you don't see them or anything, they're just like there for you.
There's not going to be any relationship where you're not going to get mad at each other, where you're not going to get upset, and it's not about finding the perfect person. It's finding the person that is worth getting through all that that makes you happy at times, that makes it just worth living for. And to find that one person, it doesn't matter. There's not just one person. There's many of them. But if you find one that makes you happy and you stay with that person, that's the perfect person for you.
I think soulmates is an idea that has been overdone by Hollywood and cinema, but it's not something that actually exists in real life, and that's why a lot of people end up in really bad marriages and end up in divorce really young.
I think that there's always some person out there for you, but I think that it just depends on your place and time and finding the right person at the right time. But it could be anyone really, it just depends on circumstances.
I mean, I believe that people have soulmates, but like I agree with what Jessica said too, that there's that one person out there for, someone has someone out there that they're meant to be with, and you know, you'll find them when you find, like, it won't be rushed, you'll find them when the time's right.
I could be with a lot of people and live my whole life with them, but there's one person I can't live without.
Yeah.
And I think that's the factor. You can be with anybody you want for your whole life, but there's only one person that you can't live without.
I think that there can be a best plan, a best case scenario for people, but I don't know if that always just includes one person, because sometimes you may have to experience this person to make you ready for this person, to make you ready for this person. You know, I mean, that's kind of what dating is.
It can be on the first date, it can be after 2 months, depends.
Personally, I wasn't sexually active until I was 21. But yes, it depends on the person and where their morals are.
That's individual, and you have to express that to the person.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if you're both comfortable, then you just have to discuss that.
Sexual relationships are very important to a lot of couples, and it's part of a healthy couple, I think, too.
I mean, for some people, because it depends on like the religious aspect, that people wait until marriage to have sexual relationships. I believe that a relationship can work. Yet on the other hand, I believe if you're gonna get that serious with somebody, it's wise to have a sexual relationship, because that does change things. But I believe that you can have a relationship without sex.
I think you should wait to have sex until obviously both of you and each other are ready.
Until both people are ready. I think that's when it's most appropriate, and it just comes down to personal preference.
The older that you get, that's not a priority. I'm just saying, that's just me personally, because some people, they're going to be forever. As long as they can keep going, they're going to keep doing it. But I think as you get older, you just... And honestly, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of older people, they just lose the urge. They lose the urge for that. That's not everyone, but that does tend to happen when you get older. You just realize it's like, really? Or it's like, wow, you just wasted my time, you know?
So if one partner doesn't want to have sex until they're in a relationship for 5 years, and the other partner's not okay with that, then that's not a healthy relationship. Give and take.
And again, communication is
More so
part of
give.
that. Like, you have to be able to communicate like what you want sexually, what you're okay with, what you're not okay with.
And then also experimenting, healthy experimenting together, growing together sexually.
It's not essential because you can still have an intimate relationship with someone without having a physical intimate relationship.
I think it's one of the biggest components, especially at the age we are at in the society we live in.
If you are in a relationship because of sex, you are in a really wrong reason.
A lot of relationships are put under a lot of stress based on whether someone isn't ready and the other person is, and what is expected of them, and other people being like, so have you done it yet or whatever. So I think that society plays a huge role in how our relationships work right now.
I don't know. I feel like we want everything to be unrealistic probably because of just society and just being surrounded by different medias like TV and the internet and all that. Just like you feel like your life should be crazier than what it really needs to be. So we overthink everything and start not being able to trust the people around us, which leads us to failure in relationship.
I think that more of us are going to college and grad school, which makes you older when you get out, obviously. So it's hard to make a serious commitment to someone when you don't know for sure if the two of you are going to go in the same direction or completely different directions.
People are also more worried about their work and financial security and all that before getting married and having kids.
I feel like the dream is still there for our generation, the dream of being happily ever after with the person that you love, but the picture has been faded.
I think rather than it being an actual ideal or truth, the concept of marriage, the art of marriage you're talking about, rather than it being an actual attainable goal, it's a dream.
I think the value of marriage has definitely decreased.
People divorce way too easily. People see, you know, oh, we argue a little bit, you know, let's divorce, you know, it doesn't work, you know, you can't, it doesn't work that way. You have to fight for it.
Today, it's very easy to pick things up and put them down, and just say, okay, I like this for now, and I'm gonna leave that.
It's easy to get out of it.
I have been married for 24 years, and I don't think it's a lost art. I think that people are truly missing out on sharing their lives with someone special.
We have a lot of fun together, and I think that's why we work.
Willing to compromise.
It's really hard.
Trust, communication, the ability to express yourself.
It doesn't get boring and both parties enjoy it.
When I first saw him, I didn't think I was going to marry him.
With my relationship, it's like the other person's always there for you, no matter what. Being there for each other.
Listening.
I'm sorry, what you said?
Listening.
Humor.
Yeah.
Spanner in the works, you know you gotta step up your game to make it to the top. So go. Got a little competition, no, you're gonna find out how to cope with living on your own. Let's make this happen, go. We're gonna show the world that something good can work and it can work for you. And you know that it will. Let's get this started, go. We're moving up, it's been a lot to change.